Hello everyone, and welcome to Faith and Yoga at St. Bartholomew's. I'm Dixie, and I'm here with Erin Porter and Glenn Gobrat for today's session. We're going to continue on with the theme of being grateful. And our goal for today is to create a grateful energy flow. Last week I talked to you about the breathing technique of breathing in through your nose for a count of 4 and exhaling through your nose for a count of 7. It's a way to help settle us down and get us ready and recenter ourselves. So let's take a moment and let's go ahead and do that. I'll count you off the first time. Breathing in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then exhale through your nose. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now continue on your own for 4 more cycles of that. I'll keep track with my own. I'll let you know when we've got them completed. And don't rush it. Take your time with it. And let's finish up with one more together. Breathing in for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And exhaling through the nose for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but last night was a very windy night. And when I woke up this morning, there were an awful lot of leaves around. Well, look, here, even in the sanctuary, some leaves blew in. So I'm going to ask Glenn to come forward and see if he can pick up one of the leaves and maybe talk about why he's grateful.
Sorry about that. The leaf that I have picked up says outdoor activity. And I was thinking about that for a little bit, and as the seasons go by, there's always different activities. But one activity that Mary and I have begun to do is take walks. And they could be anywhere from a half a mile to a mile or more. So right now, for physical exercise, and we went early this morning, it was a little cool, but well, we'll have to put more clothes on the colder it gets. But when I walk and just enjoy the outdoors, it's just the presence of nature all around us. The wind blowing in your face, the birds flying, taking care of their business, the puffy clouds in the sky, and it's real blue this morning. So it's an enjoyable activity to just walk and enjoy nature. Plus, it's good for your physical well-being and mental well-being. I think it's called the endorphins get pumping in your bodies, and those are healthy.
Glenn, thank you. And I've noticed in the past when I take a walk plus do yoga in any combo that they both happen in the same day, that day seems to go extra well for me. Just saying, you might want to try a yoga and a walk. Erin, do you want to come forward and see if you can find a leaf?
My leaf says, "What sight am I grateful for?" And I would have to say one of my favorite sights to see is on an early morning driving to St. Bartholomew's. As you pass the lake, if it's a really crisp morning, you'll see the steam just coming off the lake off in the distance. It just makes a really neat sight.
Thank you, Erin. And once again, I have to agree, driving through the area to get to St. Bartholomew's Church is one of the most beautiful scenic drives in a 3-mile radius that I know of. So yes, that was a good one also. So I'm going to look down here and see if there's one for me. What piece of clothing am I most grateful for? I'm someone who likes a vest. I don't really like to wear jackets or bulky coats. I'd rather layer up underneath and wear a vest. So I'd have to say the piece of clothing I'm most grateful for is a comfy fleece or puffy vest to layer up with. And also, might I add, that I'm also glad, I don't know if we consider it clothing or not, but the face masks that we have to protect ourselves and to protect others, to be worn as needed when we're out in the community. So I'm going to just add that in there. It's not really clothing, but yes, it kind of is clothing. So even though the leaves have been everywhere, there's even gratitude in the leaves. Gratitude because they do symbolize the change of the season. They certainly do give us something to do. They're beautiful. They're different shapes. You can think about whose yard that leaf came from because you don't have that kind of tree in your little area or in your home. And maybe be grateful for that person too, because it probably is a good neighbor. So thank you, Erin and Glenn, for sharing that with us today. And I'd also like to share with you a quote from Zig Ziglar. It says, "Today, be thankful and think how rich you are. Your family is priceless, your time is gold, and your health is wealth." Your family is priceless, your time is gold, and your health is wealth. So I'm thankful that Glenn and Erin gave up some of their golden time to spend with us today to present this yoga practice. And stress does remain an issue as the COVID counts go up and the holidays are getting closer. What to do with our families? What are we going to miss out on? And I came across 3 things to do to help you manage stress. 1 is to get moving. 2 is to do things you love. And 3 is to find a calm space. And after I read those, I thought, gee, this is really important because yoga can help you do all 3 of these things. So, get moving, do things you love, and find a calm space to help relieve the stress of the COVID restrictions and the holidays. Okay, well, we're going to start by doing a little walk on the mat. So if you want to come to the back edge of your mat, we're going to do something we didn't do before. We're going to do a crosswalk, and maybe you want to share this with your family and friends on Thanksgiving Day if you want to, but it's kind of like a crosswalk. So you cross one leg over, and then the other, one over, and then the other, and one over. And I think that while you're doing it, you'll see why I decided to do this, because it helps with balance. It also helps to get your hips warmed up. So why don't we do 5 little paths here on our mats. So you cross over, cross over, cross over, cross over. There's one. So turn, cross over, 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 over. It's really not as easy as it looks, is it? Cross over, 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 and over. And one more. Cross over, and over, and over, and over. All right. And then come back to the center of your mat. Since we got our hips and our legs moving a little bit, we're going to continue down here. We're just going to take a step to the left, a step to the right. So we're going to do that a little bit just to get things going. I feel like we need to get some arms in there. So let's get some arms swinging with it. Just a little bit more. Okay, and then come to hands to heart center. And as we often do, I'd like you to set your intention for today with focusing on something that you're grateful for. I'm grateful you've taken the time to do this yoga practice, to slow down for a little bit, to find some center and some relaxation and some movement for your body and the joints and the skeletal muscular system. So, find your intention with your gratitude, and I will meet you down on the mat on your back. And let yourself lie back. Soles of the feet are on the mat. We're going to let our feet come together, the soles of the feet come together, and this is the supine butterfly or cobbler's pose. If you're at home and this is uncomfortable for you, you can put pillows underneath your thighs here, or if you have yoga blocks, you can put yoga blocks underneath there. Just lie back and let your legs loosen up here a little bit. Remembering your breath, that 4 breath ins, a breath in for a count of 4, and then through your nose for a count of 7. Because we're just getting warmed up here. If you're able, start to bring your knees up together, bringing them up and then letting them go back down again, just like it would be a butterfly wing. That gets a lot of the lubricants in the hip joints ready for the day. And then bring your legs bent to stillness. The soles of the feet are on the floor. I'm going to ask you to cross your right leg over your left. Put your right arm out beside you and let your legs fall over to the left side. This is a gentle stretch. Remembering your breath here, continue to breathe. Use your core and bring yourself back up. Replace that right foot down and bring that arm back in on your belly. This time left leg crosses over right, left arm goes out, legs go to the right, and have your gaze look over to the left. And use your core, bring your arm back over and your legs back up. Feet are back down on, soles of the feet back on your mat. And hug those knees into your chest. If you need to do a windshield wiper, please do. And however you want to get to it, if you want to rock and come up, you can do that. But we're going to come to tabletop. And swing your legs around when you're up. In your tabletop position, remembering that your knees should be hip distance apart, that your hands should be spread wide. And give yourself a little bit of wag the tail, wag the dog here a little bit. Toes are back behind us, and we'll start with our cat and cows. So just very easy, just let your belly drop. For cow, inhale, gaze looks up. When you feel that you're ready, you can pull your navel towards your spine and your back arches up for cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more in each direction. Let that belly drop. Spine, gaze looks up. And when you're ready, one more cat. We're going to sit back on our, tuck your toes, and we're going to sit back a little bit and stretch out. And take a moment here to adjust your attitude to gratitude here. Reaffirm your intention. Letting your toes get a stretch in your thighs. And 2 more breaths here. Breathing in for 4. And exhaling for 7. Coming back down to tabletop again. Your toenails should be against the mat. Hands are spread nice and wide. Shoulders are strong. Knees are hip distance apart. And we're going to send that right leg back, and the toes are pointed down. Now we're going to engage that right leg, lift for spinal balance. And if you feel ready, extend that left hand out like you're going to shake someone's hand. And take a breath here. And bring it back. If you need to wag your dog a little, go ahead. Extend that left foot back. Point those toes down. And if you feel ready, extend that right arm out. One more breath. Bring it back. Good job. And let's go down to a child's pose here. Big toes buddy up and come together. Stretch your arms out long in front of you. Let your heart melt down into the mat, and your forehead rest on your hands if you'd rather, or it can rest on the mat. Two more breaths here. Walk your hands over to the right So you're putting yourself in a little bit of a C curve. Stretch back. Returning to center. Really good stretch again. Walking those hands out to the left side for a curve on that side. And back to center. Returning to tabletop again. We're going to go back to a spinal balance, but this time we're going to do the compass or the pointer dog to either side. So once again, make sure your position's good. Extend that right leg back. Toes are pointed down. When you're ready, left arm goes out. And when you're ready, you let yourself take a turn to the right corner of your mat. Good job. And then return to center. Back to tabletop. And doing it with the left leg. Left leg goes out. Toes point down. Right arm extends. And when you feel ready, take the diagonal turn over. And back. We're going to get our kickstand out here and do some heart openers. Get your right leg ready here. We're on our left knee with the right leg out like a kickstand. Left arm is strong. And we're going to open up. Give it a good stretch. And let yourself come back down. And we're going to do the other side. Left kickstand comes out. And let's open up to the left side. Back down. We're going to come to an easy seated position. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Work on our arms a little bit. Take a breath here again. Get yourself comfortable if you need to adjust your neck or your shoulders a little bit. But let's take a moment and do our eyes. Just close your eyes gently. Breathing in for that 4. Out through your nose for 7. Very gently open up your eyes. Let them go up into the right corner of the room or area where you are. Looking up. And then take them down diagonally to the floor or grassy area wherever you may be. Eyes look up to the left corner of the room. And then back down to the right floor corner. Let's do a gentle chin to chest. And back to center. Let your right ear lean towards your right shoulder. Doesn't need to touch it, just lean toward. And back to center. And left on the other side. And back to center. Only if you have no neck problems and you feel that you want to, you can let your neck go back very gently. And back to center. We're going to think of our nose as a pencil or a drawing tool of some sort, and we're going to draw some circles, getting small, starting small and getting bigger to the right first, and then reversing the other way. And then we meet together in the center again. Let's do some shoulder shrugs here. Pull your shoulders up toward your ears, and then down, up, and down. 2 more. Let's roll those shoulders forward and back. And put your hands out in front of you, parallel. Bring them back. Take them back a little bit farther, whatever is comfortable, and bring them across for a self-hug. This time when we open up, remember which one's on top, and we're going to reverse it. So bring them back, good stretch, and reverse. And one more time. Bring it back. And reverse. One more time. Reverse. Okay, good. Put your right hand out, your palms facing out. Take your left hand and just gently pull back on those fingers a little. Just a little. Don't forget thumb and pinky. Maybe you want to take the whole hand a little bit. And then let that right hand open and close. And a few wrist circles in both directions. Left hand, it's its turn. Let that left hand out. Give that a pull back stretch. And a close, forward, and around. Okay, good. All right, we're going to return to the mat, and I'll meet you on your bellies, face down. Going to prepare for a baby cobra here. Hands, arms are bent. Elbows are underneath the armpits. Hands are spread. Toes should be on the floor or touching the mat, the toenails. Should engage your legs and your core and your lower back. Let your head go down. Push a peanut or a leaf out of the way and let yourself rise up to a little baby cobra. Look to the right, back to the center, and to the left, and then back down again. Taking a breath here. Breathing in for 4. Exhaling for 7. On your next inhalation, push that leaf aside again. Let yourself rise up to baby cobra. But this time, if you're ready, let your hands come up to kind of goalpost hands. And then take a look to the right, back to center, and to the left. Back to center and back down. Good. We're going to tuck our toes here and prepare for our first downward dog. So when you're ready, engage yourself, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up to the sky. Being strong in your arms. You can pedal out if you want to. Let yourself do that groovy thing where you move around and stretch. But feel the strength in your shoulders and in your arms. And remember to press into all parts of your hands, not just a few fingers. Use all of your hands. And when you're ready, take one step out to the right and hold. Come back to center. And one step out to the left. And hold. Back to center. And however you'd like, you can hop, skip, or walk to the front of your mat, and we'll meet together in a forward fold. Grasp your elbows in ragdoll. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let yourself just be loose and free here. And as we come up, do it slowly, thinking about your vertebrae, one at a time, as we come up. Good. Hands to heart center. Reminding yourself of that intention of gratitude. Extending your arms out to tall mountain. Make sure you're standing nice and strong, that you're well grounded into your feet. From tall mountain, being strong, taking a turn to the right. Back to center. And to the left. And back to center. From here, we're going to put our hands together and lace them. And then reverse them. So knuckles down. And once again, lean to the right. It feels different when the knuckles are down. Back to center. And to the left. And back up again. And you can release your grip. And let your hands come down slowly like this. And feel that little bit of energy from the reverse blood flow that's going on. Come down slowly. And just give them a little bit of a shake here. We're going to prepare for star. So for star pose, our feet are a little more than hip distance apart. And arms come out beside us.